Coffee makes you poo.
Almost.
That's what she's trying to say in a polite way.
Yeah, we've come to the conclusion.
No, it's not even that, it's just...
Coffee makes you poo. First we need to get it up on jacks. Proper jacks, not like the little ones we've got.
I want to see these Lego.
Guess what we've got?
Axle stands. Not Lego, not cardboard boxes, not Meccano. Axle stands.
Always time for a cup of tea. That's where we are. Get some work done, Emma. Right, so we've got the van up on one jack there. We've got the axle stand under there. And then we've got another jack underneath the actual rear drive under there, which is just mounted on the bottom. Then it's just a case of undoing these two U-bolts here and then undoing that nut which is there. And I've got a feeling that when you undo that one there, that this rear one, which is on this bracket, this bracket will then fold forwards as you move this whole thing that way. So this should fold down and then this should give you access to the actual bolts that are in there. So when you undo them, the whole leaf spring will then go that way and that piece there will fold down, giving you access to the bolts. Then, as you can see, we've got single leaves on there now. The ones that we're going to be putting on
are massive. So much bigger.
There's one.
Here we go now.
Two. Three. Right, we need to get these two U-bolts out. As you can see, they've taken a bit of time to bed themselves in there, but with a hammer we'll free them. That one's kinda loose. Now sometimes you might need a little bit of warmth on it. Will come. Ha ha!
Here we go now.
They were a little bit of a prick, and that's warm. Right. Keep hold of that. Leaf spring is now off the actual axle with the thing. That bit. The go in motion bit of the car. Right, now we need to undo that one down there. Swing it over and get this one out.
Wiggle, wiggle.
Now Sean, not me, Sean got the van in his eye, undone the bolt. Now this end is free, so we think that this leaf spring now will go forwards, enabling us to get to the back. So take big fucking headache stick, and give it
Whack.
a wiggle. You know, I built this fucking van and put all these tanks underneath was a prick. A stupid thing to do. Just buy a fucking caravan, you gobshite. We've got to take this bar that's in there. We thought this whole thing would move down, but when we're doing it, it's moving, but it's not moving enough. So we're going to get in there and take this bar that comes out, which will enable this to drop right down. Oh, this hasn't turned into a job, has it?
What did you say? Just 4 bolts, babe. That's easy.
After a little bit of colourful words,
A negotiation.
we've got it undone. Now we've got to drag it out. Right, there's the old one. Now for a new one. Right, they're going to come out. So you can put the collars in. Ba-boom. And one there. And then your bolts that we're going through here will then basically just go through the collars that are in there. So we need to lift these in. They're a bit bigger and they're a lot heavier. This is going to be fun. And then this one goes on there so you can then hang it. This is going to be interesting. Emma's not convinced we can do it on our own, but we have the power of Grayskull. I moved it! Here we go. Hey, rest. It'll be alright. Don't worry. We've got this. Right, so we've got the back on, we've got the front on, we've got the gas strut on. We're leaving that off until we do the other side, which is the anti-sway bar. Now we've just got to tighten the 2 U-bolts on top of there, and then that's this side done. How long did it take?
17 hours and 55 minutes.
That is so many lies. 2 hours. The other side. The problem we've got, and the main problem with this job, is the U-bolts are an absolute knob. Trying to get them out. These ones have snapped underneath. We had to snap them. There was no other way to get them off the actual nuts of this U-bolt. Now we're trying to get the U-bolt out of the carrying holes. Right, so when you're doing this, because you don't come with instructions, make sure that you put them on the right way around. Make sure that, you know, they're on the right way around, because as Emma will show you now and tell you, there's a bit of a difference why.
This bolt here needs to be in the middle of your axle. So when you're putting them in, you need to make sure that your springs are on the right way round. And how we figured out is that this has got writing on this side weller. And when we go round to the other side, the weller is at the front and not at the back. So,
Go away.
oopsies.
Just don't do it. That, just honest to God, just
pay to get it done.
Right, if you're thinking of doing it, honestly, if you're, it's something wrong with you. Like, seriously, something. We should not. It wasn't that bad, was it?
Yes, it was.
No, it
Was it
wasn't.
Stacey?
The worst part was the U-bolts going over. They were an absolute nightmare because they wouldn't come out. They basically fix themselves inside the actual gubbins. So, we're done in. It's now 7 o'clock. We've been here since 2. No, we haven't.
No, we haven't.
12. 7 hours it took us. Maybe worth just doing it in the garage.
Pay the professionals.
But just be aware, if you do bring it into a garage, they could swear at you because it's a bit of a job. So before we put the springs on, we had normal 1 leaf springs. They've got 3 in it now, rated to 4.5 ton. We had a fist full of steel. No, we had a fist full of, like, between here and there. What's the word?
Gap?
Gap, that's the one. We had a fist full of gap between there and there. Now, we've got fist and a thumb, so we've gained that much. Now, that much is not a lot to some people. Some people.
But to other people, it's loads.
Which is... Oh, by the way, Emma is now a mechanic. I mean, I am a little bit more dirty than Emma.
You normally are anyway now.
But we can sort that out, can't we? Right, we're going. Nightmare job, we've done it. So bye-bye, Emma. Bye-bye, Emma.
Goodbye, Neil.
We're going because he needs to get home. We need to come. If you're in Liverpool, Scallon's Autos, we've told you before, if you don't go there, again, something wrong with you. He loves doing these leaf spring jobs. And if you mention us on the phone...
He'll charge you an extra...
Double. It'll be double. Double.
50%
Honestly,
off.
don't mention you know us for Scallon Autos because the price will increase tenfold. He's sitting there shaking his head and nodding his head at the same time. He saw us doing this. Right, we're going. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Go.